Shalom, Bruchim Habaim. Welcome to this video. So you can hear it. I am still a little bit sick. Well, it's the first day I have my voice back, and it actually inspired me to make this video because it looks very much the same. I am sick, and Ani Chola, as a guy Chole. And yes, there is no to be in present tense, so it makes complete sense. But then the question is, how do you say it in the past tense or in the future tense? And suddenly it's not so clear anymore. Why is that? Well, this is what I'm going to explain to you in this video. So lean back, get comfy, and let's start. So this here is our root for today. And when you want to say I am sick, many of you can say that. Ani chole or Ani chola. And in this video, I'm going to show you why it looks so simple and it looks exactly as in English, but the moment comes where it is not. So here I am. You might already know that in Hebrew, to be does not have a present tense. So this is the reason why you don't see anything here where I made in the Hebrew sentence the yellow line. So am does not exist in Hebrew. If we were saying I was sick, then yes, we would say Haiti. Ani Haiti chole or Ani Haiti chola. Stop. If you're thinking about abandoning this video, hold on. Yes, I know that I said it's different than in English. And maybe you're wondering now, where's the difference? We know all of that. This is worth a whole video. Oh, yeah, it is, because this was the introduction. You might have heard me, I hope you have heard me, all the time saying that you need the Shmuel Bulosky, the Bible of Hebrew verbs. And then you look it up just because we have learned Hebrew, there's a root and there are verbs, and yes, there are adjectives, and sick is an adjective. But okay, now you go into future tense, past tense, and whatever. You come to the moment where you pick up the Shmuel Bulosky and you see, oh, to be sick is actually a verb. So I thought it is Ani Haiti Chola, but here it says Haliti. Uh-huh. That's true. This is what they wrote here. So what on earth is this? Well, summary. It is a really bad translation. It is not to be sick. It is to fall sick. And now we see how we actually use it and where there is still a difference between Hebrew and English. Now let's look at some structure. If we want to say something like I am, I was, I will be, and then sick, hungry, lonely, or whatever, then the formula here is a pronoun plus the verb to be in whatever tense we want it to be, and an adjective. Now, to be, the function of to be here is to describe a state. And this is still the same in English as in Hebrew. So, I was sick for a week. Haiti chole shavua. Haiti chole. Okay, now it comes to fall sick, meaning becoming sick. This is an action and not a state. So now you understand why we are moving from adjective to verb. To fall sick in English is a verb and an adjective. It is to fall and sick. In Hebrew, it's only a verb. It's לחלות. The moment you have action, you need an actor with an act. And here in Hebrew, it's very simple. If I want to say, for example, I got corona, I am not saying kibalti. It's not like receiving. It's also something like I fell ill with. I got corona is chaliti be corona. So here again, a verb because it's an action. I haven't said that in the introduction. Many of you follow me already for quite a while. Others are new. Thanks for coming here. Um, I have been in Ulpan. I am an ex-Ulpan student and I became a Hebrew teacher. So I have had all these confusions and I really had a hard time to come to where I am today. But I made it and I am living proof it's possible. So if you are wondering, how can you make Hebrew more easy, more accessible, and how you can feel better with Hebrew based on all the knowledge you have or getting the knowledge that you need for that? I invite you to visit my website. I have tons of resources, starting with a free reading and writing course, because if you cannot read and write, at least read with Nikud, you will never make it in Hebrew. All the so-called shortcuts are a waste of time. It takes longer. So if reading and writing is still a little bit, I invite you to take my free course. All the resources I list below in the description. Now, if you are new to Hebrew verbs, start with my book. That gives you an idea how the whole thing actually works and what we are talking about. Now, to become really easy with Hebrew verbs and to change between binyanim, this is where my full verb course helps you. There we are going through all the binyanim and we take, for example, a root and I make you go through all the binyanim, and at the end of the course you have a certain flexibility that I would compare to yoga. You can go from one asana to the next and not just statically. And I also show you the nuances. So this really opens up Hebrew. And of course, there is also the weekly lesson that we teach in 3 levels. This is for people who need exposure. I think everybody needs exposure, whether you read the book, whether you take the course. Exposure means you need fresh contact with the language on a regular basis. And that does not mean that when you take my Thursday night lesson that you stay with this lesson for a month or two until you have done all the verb heavy exercises. No, you do what you can during a week, and in the next week you get a new lesson. Maybe you're not going to make all the exercises in one week, but you need exposure, constantly new subjects. Okay, having said that, now let's look at some more examples. Now we compare I am sick versus I fall sick. I am sick is a state. I fall sick, we have seen, is an action. Now, in the present tense, how do we say that? Ani חולה or ani chola. We now make it simple with just one form. And ani חולה is the correct translation for both, theoretically. Because in everyday Hebrew, this is the clear winner. Present tense, ani chole. When somebody says that, that person is saying that they are sick. Now, then how do we say I fall sick? Well, the idea of I'm about to get sick, I am coming down with something, that is usually expressed as נראה לי שאני חולה. It looks to me as if. נראה לי שאני חולה. So Hebrew describes the feeling, and that is telling you that this is not yet a state. Okay, this is the end of today's lesson. Yeah, I don't have more voice for more video minutes, but I think also the subject is now complete. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. It helps me a lot. And let me remind you of all the resources I offer for your Hebrew success. I hope I see you in the next video with my original voice. Neshikot, shalom.